Who's at your table? It's between you and God. You guys are creating it. Who's sitting at your table? Who are you have sitting at your table? Who? Do you know? Have you and God decided who's at your table for this season or the next? We're supposed to be ever evolving. What person or people do you have sitting at this table during your next season? And if you don't know, and if you don't like all of the people who are sitting at this table, or if you don't trust all of the people who are sitting at this table, or if you can't depend on all of these people, you can't count on these people, you need to do some rearranging. Better yet, best question ever to ask, do these people reflect the highest version of you? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a long time. I had to take some time to myself. I think the last time I posted, it was right after my birthday. I was heading on a trip. Then I went on a couple of trips with my girlfriends after that. Got caught up with work, momming. I started getting back in the gym and being consistent with that. When God tells you to sit down and be still, you're just supposed to listen to that. And so for me, during this season of my life, it was important for me to listen. And I felt like he was telling me, hey, I've got you going here. I've got you doing this. I'm adding this to your plate and this and that and a third, but I need you to sit still. I said, okay, no matter if I want to record content, no matter if I have content that I want to put out, I'm not going to right now until you give me a command. Part of that, I think, is you not even going around people when you're not in a good space. So sometimes don't accept the invite. If people ask you to come somewhere and you know that you're not in a space to show up fully, then don't go. Do not go. Save yourself the time, save them the time. If you go, you're just gonna bring a negative cloud. You're gonna be a negative, somber energy, and nobody wants to be around that. Even though I did want to continue to post weekly or bi-weekly, I told myself, no, actually what works for me during this season is doing it when I'm inspired. And I never wanna pour from a cup that isn't from genuine inspiration, 100%. I like to feel my art. If I'm putting it out there, if it's something that comes from my soul, my spirit, I want to make sure that I'm in a space to give you the message. So there's that. Forgive me for being a little long. I know it's been like 2.5, 3 months. Yeah, 2.5 or 3 months. But anyways, I'm back and I have a lot of great content that I do want to put out. So yeah, let's get started. So recently I have been feeling something, right? And it was a message that I wanted to share. It kept popping up and it's like, wow, this is definitely something that people need to hear. Sometimes you're not even aware of the energy that you're putting out. Sometimes you're not even aware of the energy that you're keeping around you and how that's affecting you in the space that you're at in that moment and in your future, or even also the correlation to your past. So recently there was something that came up to me, right? I felt like God kept telling me, cleanse the people that are around you. Get the company around you clear. Understand who everyone is. Make sure you're not being put on surveillance, but you have support. There was someone that I love dearly, right? And I'm like, goodness, I don't think that you're aware of the energy that you put out. When you are not spiritually equipped to be in the world and you don't have people around you who are spiritually equipped, what will happen is they will be around you. They will be feeding you so much energy and you will look up one day and be like, wait a minute, this isn't even aligning. Let me tell you, it's not aligning because God doesn't want you to probably bring them into this next season. You can't be around people who are not spiritually equipped. You can't. They can't walk side by side with you. If you want to be mediocre, by all means, you can do that. You can absolutely have anybody around you. But if you don't want to be mediocre, you're going to have to cut people off and keep people at bay that you may have been friends with for 10 plus years, 15 plus years, 20 plus years, 30 plus years, 40 plus years. You may have named them your child's goddad. You may have gone on a ski trip. You may have been in their wedding. You may have gone through college with them, high school with them, middle school with them. But at the end of the day, if that person's not spiritually equipped and you have them walking side by side with you, you don't understand how far behind you're putting yourself. You don't understand how much you are making it so much harder for you to get to that next step just by keeping them near. And I had a conversation recently with someone, and the person told me, he's like, I mean, yeah, that's always been my friend though. I'm like, but you just told me what you wanted. You just told me you wanted to accomplish this, knock that out. But you spend a lot of your time with this person, talking to them, hanging out with them, playing sports with them. This is the person that you're around. But you're saying that, oh, it doesn't really matter. That's just my friend. I mean, we've been friends forever. That's just how he is. That's just how he is. And that's just how you're going to be too if you don't get him from around you. And that's how I felt in that moment. I'm telling you, I love my friends dearly, all of my girls, right? But there have been in the past times when I have gotten a phone call and I've been like, wait a minute. Something's wrong with this picture. You think I want to gossip with you? You think I want to listen to you gossip about somebody who's not on the phone? Someone that you may even said that you care about. What do you think I think you're doing about me when I'm not around? And it registers. And it has to register like that for you. Don't keep people around you who are not spiritually equipped. If you're trying to get to this next level, kick them off the list. They can't be around you through this next season. They can't. You can't bring them with you. You can't. And it's okay. It doesn't mean you call them and say, hey, I don't want to be friends with you. I can't stand you. You're not good enough for me. It doesn't mean you do that. It doesn't mean that you text them this mean long text message. It doesn't mean you do that, trying to belittle them and make yourself feel better in the moment. It doesn't mean that you send something emotional. It doesn't mean that you act stoic. It just means that you get in alignment with you and you know, hey, who's at your table? It's between you and God. You guys are creating it. Who's sitting at your table? Who are you have sitting at your table? Who? Do you know? Have you and God decided who's at your table for this season or the next? We're supposed to be ever evolving. What person or people do you have sitting at this table during your next season? And if you don't know, and if you don't like all of the people who are sitting at this table, or if you don't trust all of the people who are sitting at this table, or if you can't depend on all of these people, you can't count on these people, you need to do some rearranging. Better yet, best question ever to ask, do these people reflect the highest version of you? That is the hardest question to ask yourself. It takes a whole lot of accountability, and it takes a whole lot of uncomfortability, because who wants to not be around our favorite people who bring out a little bit of our not so good side sometimes? It's fun, right? I'm sure it's fun every time your girlfriend Keisha calls you every week to go have drinks. You want to go. But have you reached your weight goal yet? Is your credit better? Are you out here fulfilling your goals? Have you started that business? Have you repaired your relationship with God yet? Have you gotten right in here? Have you made it better, made amends with your dad and your mom, your cousins, your sister? Have you expanded all these other things before you're worried about that? You don't have to show up to every invite. You really don't. You do not have to show up for everything. Put yourself first. How long have you said you were going to start going to the gym? How long? How long have you said you were going to lose that weight? How long have you said you were going to do that? How long have you said you were going to eat healthy? How long have you said that you were going to be a better person? You weren't going to cuss anymore. You were going to read, or you were going to, I don't know, sew more, whatever it is. How long have you said that you were going to do these things? You don't need to be hanging out with these people unless you're doing that. Guys, video games. A lot of people play video games. Why are you playing video games and you're not learning a new craft, or going to the gym. Get fit. When people see you, they should be looking at you and say, I know this person loves themselves. They take care of themselves. It's self-love. Every single time someone calls me right now to gossip or to say something negative, it could just be negative. I know right now you're not in a season of loving yourself. You're not prioritizing yourself. And guess what? I'm prioritizing myself, so I'm probably not going to answer the phone. So a lot of people, they may wonder, wow, Amber doesn't answer her phone much. Well, yeah, I don't. But think about what you're calling me for. Are you calling me to pour out goodness into the world, into me? Can we exchange ideas? Are we motivating each other in some way? Are we exchanging book ideas? Or are you just telling me someone's business who's not on the phone? Keep people around you who are spiritually equipped. There are some people who have horrible luck. Do you know what that means? Do you know what that means? People don't just carry negative luck around for no reason at all. That comes from negative thoughts, negative habits, negative patterns, negative behaviors, negative outcomes. That's what happens. And in that order. And guess what? If you don't control your circle and stop keeping people around you who are not spiritually equipped and covered by God, guess what will happen? You will be just like them. You will be just like them. And make no mistake, there's nothing you can do about it. It's supernatural. It's spiritual. It's spiritual, baby. There's nothing you could do about it. You have to be covered in armor. And when you're around people who are not covered in armor, guess what? They move into the world. It's almost like moving into the world with no protection of self, none. Nothing and no one's holding you accountable in your world, in your reality. And so while you yourself may be holding yourself accountable through the God or the goddess that's within you, because God lives within you, you hold yourself accountable, he holds you accountable, but you have people who don't, and then you're expecting them to show up as you do. Well, how is that even possible? They have no one holding them accountable. You can have tattoos of the verses. You can go to church weekly. You can say you believe. You can shout it from the mountaintops. But what are you showing up and doing? What does your aura show? You know what I mean? What is their aura showing? If you know deep down they are not spiritually equipped to walk into this world, they're not protected, why are you even allowing them around you? Don't do it. You're wasting your time. You're prolonging yourself from getting to this next space. Don't waste another year, especially this year, during the times that we're in, with these friendships and people who are not supposed to be around you. Don't call them. There's not a big announcement. You don't need to call them. You don't need to text them. You don't need to shout it from the mountaintops. But you know it. And get into position so that you can get where you want to go. Some people came here to be mediocre. That's fine. But did you? Did you? Because if you didn't, then you can't do that. You can't have people around you like that. And believe me, they want to be around you. If you have a light, you think they don't want a piece of that? In a dark world like this? Come on. They do. Cleanse your energy. Keep the people around you that are supposed to be there. I'll never forget, I was on a girls' trip. It was before I became a mom, so it was definitely like 5+ years ago. Anyways, I remember we were all hanging out, getting ready for the day, and one of the girls was like, I don't know what we were talking about, but one of the girls said something like, history didn't matter, she would cut someone off. And the other girl was like, yeah, me too. And I was thinking like, really? I wouldn't. Loyalty over everything. Like, I don't know. It's not that big of a deal. Like, what's a big deal? In a friendship, forgive, forget, move on, move forward. What's a big deal, right? Wrong. Wrong. Fast forward to now, I look back on that conversation and I'm like, are you kidding me? She was right. That's magical. You can't keep people around you forever just because of history. No, you can. That'll be your downfall. Don't do that. Do not keep people around you who are not supposed to be around you. And if they're not spiritually equipped and protected, actively every day protecting themselves in each moment, holding themselves accountable, which would require a lot of shadow work, a lot of accountability, and a whole lot of self-awareness, then they can't come to this next season with you, okay? Self-awareness, accountability. If they don't have it, if they're not protected, if they aren't actually actively praying daily, meditating daily, grounding themselves daily, and you are, make no mistake, you have to too, and you are, what are you doing? You're never going to get where you're wanting to go. And great people have to separate themselves. So I stand corrected now. They were right in that moment. Yes, you make those cuts, and it doesn't matter the history. It's not some big drama-filled, drawn-out thing. You just get into position. And that's how, and the only way that you'll get what you want out of life. Clean up your energy. Don't keep people around you who don't need to be. Get into position so you can get on your purpose. Literally. Get in position so you can get on your purpose. Get in alignment so you get on assignment. And if you don't want to prolong that, get them from around you ASAP. Okay, guys, thank you for listening. I'm so excited to be back. I promise to be consistent now. If I want and need a break, I'm taking it. And I hope that you understand that we need that, you know, and I hope that you do the same thing as well in your life. When you need those breaks, when God tells you to be still, listen and watch everything just naturally unfold and work out for you. Thank you for listening. See you next time. Bye.